Good morning, student. Today we will continue the same chapter, that is chapter 7, Amazing Animal. Student, in our last class we were discussing about the adaptation, and today we will start feeding habits. Children, as we know, animals need food to get energy to stay healthy, and all the animals depend either on the plant or animal for their food. Now different animals, they have the different types of feeding habit. Some are taking the plants as a food, some are eating the flesh of other animals. So on the basis of their feeding habit, we can categorize the animal kingdom in the three category. Number 1, herbivore, number 2, carnivore, and number 3, omnivores. Here in the picture, you are getting some picture of the animals like zebra, rabbit, cow, all are under the herbivore group. Now, who are the herbivores? The animals that eat only plants are called herbivores, or you can say herbivorous animals like cow, goat, giraffe, etc. Most of the cases it will be found that they are having a very sharp front teeth, or you can say it is the incisor to cut the part of the plant, and flat back teeth which are the premolar and molars which help to grind the food. So here you can see some pictures of other herbivores like giraffe, deer, elephant, etc. Next, we are having carnivorous animal. So the animals that eat flesh of other animals are known as carnivorous animal or carnivores. Lion, tigers, wolves, all are the example of carnivores. They have the very sharp pointed canine teeth which help to tear the flesh of the animals, and strong back teeth. Different types of back teeth are there. Basically two types of back teeth, premolars and molars, which help them to chew the flesh and bones, to grind the flesh and bones of the animals. See, you can see the different types of carnivores in the picture. Next, obviously, next group is known as omnivores. Now, omnivores are the animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals, like bears, crows, and of course, we all are the omnivores. Here in the screen, you are getting so many examples of omnivores. Go through the pictures properly, then you can find out the exact examples. Next, children, we are coming to talk about organs for breathing. As we were discussing that there is a great diversity among the animal kingdoms. Different animals are taking different kinds of adaptation, different food habit, different locomotion style, and all this. At the same time, their breathing system is also different. Now, animal needs to breathe for getting the oxygen, for to get the energy. The breathing is the most important procedure because oxygen burns the food within the animal's body and it releases the energy for all kinds of activities. Now this oxygen needs to be collected from the air, and for getting the oxygen from the air, breathing is important, or only the simple procedure for gathering or collecting the oxygen from the air. Animal takes oxygen from their surroundings, either by the air or even the water. Aquatic animals, they are also taking the oxygen from the water. So different animals breathe in different way. Like tiny organisms, amoeba, paramecium, in your book also you will get the picture of the amoeba also. They are breathing system, they don't have separate respiratory organs because they are very poorly developed animal. So organs are not there in their body, so they are taking the help of their body surface for breathing. Insects like cockroach, you are getting on the screen, the picture is given. They have tiny holes along the side of their body. See, in the picture you can see the tiny holes which are known as spiracles. These spiracles help them to breathe. The air that enters through the spiracle reaches all the parts of the body through the small tubes. These are known as breathing tubes. Now, if I'll talk about the aquatic animals like fish, they are using the gills as a breathing organ. They take oxygen from the water. This water, through the gills, when they are absorbing the water or taking the water through their mouth, it passes through the gills and the dissolved oxygen used to be absorbed and reaches to the every part of their body. Same way the gills also expel out the carbon dioxide into the water. Next here we must say about the frog. Adult frog breathes through its moist skin when they are in the water. But when they are in the land, they are also using a breathing organ, that is lungs. Okay. Earthworm, you can see in the picture, they are using their moist skin as a breathing organ and they used to breathe through the moist skin only. They are absorbing the oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide in the air. All the mammals, including us, birds, reptiles, adult amphibians like the frogs, they all are using the lungs as a breathing organ. See here in the picture, you can get the diagram of the human lungs. They have two lungs which are connected with a windpipe. Air reaches to the lung through the nostril or through our nose, and then lungs take the oxygen from the air and gives the carbon dioxide, give out the carbon dioxide, which is breathed out through the nostril. Aquatic animals like whale, dolphin, they are also breathing through the lungs. Aquatic mammals like whales, dolphins, that means all mammals are having the lungs as a respiratory organ. But fish, though they are the aquatic, they are not mammals, so they are using the gill for the respiration. Now we are coming to the next part, that is the movement of the animal. Animals move from place to place for the search of shelter, food, and sometimes for hiding themselves from their enemies. They need to shift from one place to another. Later on we have seen some other purpose also. Animal needs to move out from one place to another place. And for movement, different animals are using different types of organs. First we are talking about the land animals or the terrestrial animals, which are mostly using their legs for the movement. Most animals are having the four legs, two in front which are known as forelimbs and two at the back, hind limbs or hind limbs, like dog, cats, tiger. It's a very common to us. Some of the cases like us, only the hind limbs or legs are using for movement. Forelimbs or hands can hold many things and help to do other works, but they are not helping for the movement. See in the picture, one mammal, kangaroo is given. They are also taking the hind limb for movement and the forelimbs are becoming short. Next, reptiles, lizards, snake, crocodiles. They all are crawling on the land with the help of their short legs. The snakes also have the live on the land some of the cases, but they don't have legs. So snakes are taking the help of their body skill for the movement. But other reptiles like lizards, crocodiles, they all are having the legs for the movement. Human beings are using the legs for the movement. Birds are using their feathers for the movement. They can fly with the help of their wings. Strong wings, they are having a very strong wings and lighter body help them to fly. By moving their wings up and down, birds can push themselves in the air. And they uses their legs. So there are also two legs are there, one pair of legs are there to perch on the branches of the trees, to sit on the branches. They also use their legs to walk or hop on the ground even also. Some birds like emu, ostrich, penguin cannot fly because they have heavy bodies and weak wings. So the most important part is that bird's body must be very lighter in weight and wings will become strong. Then only they can easily fly on the sky. See how they are flying. Aquatic animals, or you can say water animals, they are also moving. Like fish, they are taking the help of the fins. Ducks, they are taking the help of the web feet. See in the picture, I think you can see the web feet. The fingers, feet are joined by the skin. So with this type of feet, they can easily swim in the water. Fishes are taking the help of their fins for the movement. Other than this, turtles, four paddle-like limbs to push the water back and move forward. That is also another concept. Penguins, seals, they are swimming with the help of their flippers. So different movement, different organs are responsible for the movement of different animals. For the land animals, they are using something different. Water animals, they are using something different. Birds are using their wings. And now insects. Insects have the 6 legs for the movement. Like the ants, then cockroach, bugs. They often use their legs. Some insects like the grasshopper use their legs for the hopping. Some insects like those who are in the like boatman swim in the water with their legs also. So in case legs are using for swimming. Many insects like butterfly, firefly have the wings which help them to fly. So different animals are having different types of locomotive organ which help them to move. Okay, children?